Alright, welcome back to the Crabby. Today we're going to do a full playthrough for God of War, the card game. Not the miniatures game, the card game. And this mechanically, well, thematically, you know what it is. It's God of War, pretty much. And mechanically, it is a small deck builder-ish style of game. We're going to be fighting a lot of enemies along the way, but mostly the mechanic is you have a hand of cards, you're going to draw X amount of cards, play those, deck building style, and at the end of every round you're going to advance or get a better card in your deck just to make it a little stronger, and that's how you go. A couple of things before we start. As you can see, I'm going to play two-handed, so two-player game. I'm going to have Kratos and his son, the players from the game, out there. And also, like usual, please like, subscribe, and comment on my YouTube channel. That'll be fantastic. Now for the setup, one of the things I absolutely hate about this game, because it's really convoluted and really dumb, is that you're supposed to set up these starter cards in a sort of pyramid shape. You're going to use 3 of these cards and 3 of the final boss cards. It is really dumb and convoluted. Basically, for the first mission, just take 1 random card. For the second mission, take 2 cards, pick one of them and get the negative effect of the second one. And then for the final boss, take 3 cards, pick one of them and get the negative effects of the other 2. I mean, that's all they had to say. I don't know why we're setting them up in pyramids. It is really dumb. Not sure why. So that's what I'm going to do to figure out what our mission's going to be. Let me just shuffle this randomly. And we're going to grab, here we go, Grendals. All right, so that's the mission we're going to be doing, number 1. I'm going to set that up on the field, and I'll be right back. All right, so here we go with the Grendel scene set up. I managed to grab one of the only scenes that have 6 cards across the top instead of the usual 4, which makes the sort of board or the scene a bit bigger. That's why I sort of moved the hero cards at the bottom so we can have a view of everything instead of having them on the side. So I apologize about that, but at least we get to see the whole thing. All right, now, before you start, you're going to read sort of the card because there's always going to be some special rules except for like the first mission. So here, there's a bit of blurb you can read. I'm just going to skip it. So a special rule to this one is add 2 power tokens to each pedestal. The number of tokens represent the attack strength and the defense of the respective Grendel. All right, so you're going to have the Grendel of Ashes here, which with his pedestal, so the 2. And then you have the one of Frost with his pedestal over here. All right, so I'm going to just toss this card away for now. We're not going to need it. Let's zoom out just a little bit. And let's get started. So like I mentioned in the intro, this is sort of a mini deck builder type of thing. Pretty much every round we're going to be adding a card to our deck, and I'll show you how that mechanism works. But essentially every round of this game is separated into the same 4 phases. All right, phase 1, like most deck builders, you draw your cards. All right, in this game, your base draw power is 7. So you're going to draw 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can do the same thing for all the players. I'm playing two-handed, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, fair enough. That was easy. That was phase 1. All right, phase 2 is the meat and potatoes of the game. That's where you're going to be using your cards and doing your actions to try to kill and win the missions. And by the way, this mission, I did forget to read the win condition, all right, is to kill both of the monsters. Oh, come on, focus. Oh, there you go. Defeat both Grendels. All right, so how do we use our cards? So we have our character standees, and at the start of the mission, you're supposed to place your heroes in the scene. And your heroes are always at the bottom of the scene. Think of this like almost lanes, like a MOBA. Whereas if I'm in this lane here, I'm attacking these cards. If I'm here, I'm attacking these cards. You know, exactly what it is. If you play a melee action, you're attacking the card right in front of you. And if you're doing a range, you can attack the card in front of you or the card above. And you'll see that in the first turn for sure. All right, so to start the game, I'm going to have both my characters on the first card over here, let's say, for whatever reason. Okay, so now it's going to be Kratos' turn because he's the first player. I'm just going to hold this right over here. All right, and what is he going to do? So let's look at our cards. All right, so the way you use action cards in this game is you're going to play an action, which is a colored card, and then play as many numbered cards as you want to sort of boost that action. So for example, this is a 2 attack, but I can boost it with all of these black cards to make it a massive, bigger attack. You can never play multiple action cards together. This was a bad, well, like this. I can't play this action card and this action card together to get a +3. All right, because you can't. All right, but I could use this card instead because this is an action or a +1. So I can technically use it like this. Like it's a +2, +1, and then add as many black cards as I want. All right, so that's how you use your action cards. Pretty simple. All All right, the other things you can do besides action is interact with the scenes, because some cards, like the one that I'm right in front of, you can interact with. All right, so let's read this card. And we're going to be doing this a lot in this mission, is I can use a melee card or a range card to remove a power from this card and add it to the pedestal of the other Grendel. And we're definitely going to do that, because remember, from what we read and from this, you're going to read it after, is the Grendel's defense and attack is greatly improved with these. So if I want to attack this one, for example, I'm going to remove all his tokens so that when I attack him, he doesn't roll any defense. And if he attacks us back, he's going to have no strength. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. So let me interact with this tile. So I'm going to discard. Let's see, which one should I discard? Probably going to discard this one and this one. So 2 cards. Put this beside his board. To then do this ability twice, which means I'm going to move 1 token to this side. And then this token I'm supposed to put there, but only if you're able to store it, which you can, so it's going to get discarded. All right, so that was our first technical action. After that, I'm going to move. All right, on your turn, you can move at most 1 time. All right, so you can do an action, move, do another action, or do a couple of actions, then move, maybe to protect yourself. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move right over here. All right, because I'm going to do now a melee to his leg. All right, the character right over here. Now, I could have attacked anything, right? Because you're going to see his icon over here, his health is pretty much on all his 4. So I can attack him from here, from there, there, whatever. But it's a melee attack, so I got to pick one of the bottom ones. So I'm just going to stand here. And oops, I just realized this card was on the wrong side. Sorry about that. A little mess up during the setup. There you go. Now the scene makes more sense that he's standing up. I apologize. So now I'm going to attack him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I did explain before. So I'm going to play this as my attack card. And then I'm going to play all these black cards to boost my attack. So my attack is going to be 2, 4, 6, 8. All right. So he's going to eat an attack of 8. Now, normally all enemies roll a defense die based on just to get defense, right? So this die goes from 0 to 5. All right. But because of his special rules that over here, when attacked, he rolls the die the number of times equal to the power of his pedestal. So he has no power, so he's not going to roll any die. So I believe he takes 8 directly to his face. I mean, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he rolls a die. And also, he has built-in defense, remember from this, which is equal to the amount of tokens on his pedestal, and that's going to be 0 as well. So that's the whole gist of this mission. You have to empty out the pedestal and then attack them, or if not, their defense is way too high and you're barely going to touch them. All right, when you're done with your attack, like a deck builder, these are all going to go to your discard pile. But before I forget, one very important thing is whenever you do an action and you get this icon over here, it means you're going to get a bit of rage. Now, let me back up just a little bit. You have your rage tracker over here. This one's for Kratos, and I'm going to gain a rage. When you finally get to the end, you're going to activate a special ability. All right, so that's pretty much all Kratos' turn left. He's going to carry over 1 defense card for when he gets attacked. I mean, these cards, you can't actually play them on your turn, right? You can only play them when being attacked, then you'll play them. All right, so his turn is not done yet. After every hero's turn, you're going to go to the upgraded action card deck, and you're going to flip it over because the enemies are going to attack us back every single time. All right, so if you're playing 4 heroes, you're going to get 4 attacks around. If you're playing only 2 heroes, you're going to get 2 attacks around. All right, and what we're going to be looking at is on the top right is the icon of what part of the scene is going to attack us back. So this is the F symbol. So we're going to look for the F and figure out what's happening. We're looking around, so it looks like this is going to attack us. And this is going to trigger. So let's take care of this first. So this is pretty simple. It says if there's an F, you're going to flip over this card and all of these scene cards as well. All right, so it's all 4 of this Frost Giant or Grendel. Let's flip them all over. And there's a lot of mechanics in this game where you're going to be flipping cards back and forth. All right, different missions have different rules. All right, so he's flipped over. Then when we're looking at here, that the F, this is going to attack us. All right, so very important here is after attacking, add 1 power to the fire pedestal. And it's very important, it says after attacking. So his attack strength right now is yeah, the number of tokens represents the attack strength. So his attack strength is 0. All right, so it doesn't matter who he's going to attack. By the way, it's a ranged attack, which means he's going to attack our son over here. But his attack is 0. And then it says after the attack, add a token to the pedestal. And that's Kratos' full turn. All right, the hero's going to activate. Then the enemy is going to go once with the card. And then you're going to go on to the next hero. All right, so my next turn, I'm going to make it quite fast. I think we're going to go much faster than the other one. So what I'm going to do to start is let's discard a card to get rid of that token. Very simple. We're going to use this card. We already did this mechanism before. I'm not going to keep explaining it for the rest of this mission. This is supposed to go on his pedestal. There's no space. We're going to discard it. After that, we're going to move our hero behind Kratos over here. And this is very strategically great to do in this game because now when the monsters attack us, only Kratos is going to be able to get shot. And then we're going to do an action. Just like Kratos, let's look at our cards. We have a bunch of defense. Let's just play this card. So remember the or, so I'm going to do the left-hand side instead of the right-hand side. I'm going to gain a rage. I'm going to be at 1. And then we're going to do an attack of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom, that's it. Put this in my discard. Let's give 5 damage to this Grendel over here. When attacked, he doesn't roll anything. There's no fire tokens. He's pretty much done. Oh, one thing I did forget to do. Let me pause 2 seconds. I did forget to explain one thing because I knew it was going to bypass us anyway, but I'll just go back. So when revealed, all right, Grendel of Frost attacks immediately, then adds 1 power token to his Frost pedestal. His Frost pedestal was already full. He's not going to add anything. And his attack is a melee attack. And you're going to see here, melee means he's going to attack where these arrows are. So he's going to attack the lane in front of him, the lane to his left, and the lane to his right. Because there's nobody there, he's not attacking anything. All right, so I didn't explain that before, but we've got to keep in mind that when these guys flip over back and forth, they're going to trigger some effects. But that's pretty much Atreus' turn. Now, like Kratos, we're going to flip the next card of the deck and see what gets triggered. All right, so this is going to be the X. Let's look for the X on the board. So it looks like this monster, Grendel, is going to flip over. And the other X is over here. Let's take care of this one first. This one, just like this one, is a melee attack. He's going to attack this lane, and this lane. No heroes are there, so nothing's going to happen. All right, so now we got to flip over this monster here. You're going to see the same thing as the other monster. These 4 scene cards are going to flip over. And he's also going to have a triggered ability when he flips over. I believe he attacks us right away. Let's see what happens. Yep. So again here. When revealed, Grendel of Ashes attacks immediately, then adds 1 power token to the pedestal. Which means, I'm going to add 1 here. So wait, it says attacks immediately, then adds 1 power. So remember, this attack here is not based on the pedestal. It's based on his strength over here. So he's going to attack this lane, and this lane, unfortunately, with power strength 2. So let's block some of that. I'm going to play this card. All right, defense cards, block some of the damage. So I'm going to block 1 damage out of the 2. It says deal damage to the enemy equal to the amount I blocked. Great. I'll give him 1 extra damage. But I only block 1 out of 2, which means I'll take 1 damage too. And it's only going to be Kratos getting attacked because remember, he's in front of his son protecting him in this lane. All right, so we got to add the token over here. And that's pretty much it for both heroes. All right, that's phase 2. You can activate the heroes, activate a monster for all of them. After that, you're going to go to phase 3. Very simple. Monsters get another attack. All right, you're just going to flip over the next card and do what it says. All right, so this one's the sort of weird A infinity symbol icon. Let's look at the board. Looks like it's going to be X. Looks like it's only this one here. So this one says, flip over these 4 C cards. So we're flipping them back over to the other side. So let's flip this one over. This one over. Let's flip these 2 over. All right, so this one doesn't seem to have an effect when it comes into play. So that's fine. We just flipped it over. And that's it. So that's going to be the end of phase 3. Then you're going to go to phase 4, which is the deck building part of this game. All right, so we're going to notice that there's the amount of cards equal to the number of players plus 1 that got revealed. And then now all the players can discuss amongst themselves. You're going to take one card and add it to your deck, or remove one card from your discard pile from out of the game. All right, but most likely the first couple of missions or the first couple of rounds, you're going to definitely add these better cards to your deck. All right, so here I have an attack card that can double a black card that I play with it. This is a +2 and a range, and this one is a draw 2 cards, which is always handy. But I think I'm going to definitely give the draw 2 cards to Kratos. And in this game, whenever you gain a card, whether it's an effect or a brand new card, it goes on top of your deck. So you're going to definitely draw it next turn. Actually, maybe I'll give it to Atreus because he's going to activate first next turn. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. So I'm going to give it to my son here. It's going to put it on top of his deck. And then for Kratos, let's give him the super attack card. Yeah, let's give him that one. So we'll give him this one and we'll put it on top of his deck, which means the one that nobody took goes underneath the deck. All right. And there you go. That's one full round. All right. Recap, draw cards, play your cards, get attacked by monsters, get attacked by a monster, make your deck better, go to the next round. All right. So there you go. Let's go to the next round. To get ready, well, you just have to pass the first player marker over to the next player. And that's it. You start again. So phase 1, you draw 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we already know what one of the cards are going to be, which is the card that we just gained. Oh, and by the way, if you had any cards in your hand from the previous round, those were supposed to get discarded. I forgot to mention during phase 4, when you get your new card, all cards you were holding on go away. So let's draw our 7 cards for Kratos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, and first player is going to be Atreus, which first thing he's going to do is play this card to draw 2 cards. Our deck is only 1 card, so regular deck building style. Shuffle your discard and draw another card. All right, so we'll put this here, we'll draw a card, and here we go. So let's do our turn. Oh boy, lots of different action cards, which is probably not a great thing considering you need action cards with numbers to do stuff. All right, so I can stun a target, so this is probably one of his better cards. I have the plain attack. I do want to keep one of these cards to then go here next at the end of his turn to remove that token from the pedestal, so Kratos can go in there and smash his face with no recourse. So let's all right, so what do we want to do? So I got no defense cards, so what kind of attack could I do? So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, but he's going to roll a defense die now, and he has a built-in defense of 1 because of his pedestal power. All right, I want to get a lot of rage, so I'm going to actually play a lot of cards, but with smaller values. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play this card with a 3. All right, so I'm going to do a range attack of 3, and the power of this one, I'm going to get my rage first, is that I'm going to subtract 2 from the die that I roll. All right, so remember, he has a built-in defense of 1 plus a die because of this. So we got a 0. Awesome. So he's still going to have a defense of 1 because that's not part of the die result. So he's going to take 2 damage. 3 minus 1, 2. Give him 2 more damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so he's about halfway. 15, 16 out of 30. All right, so this goes into my discard. Next, let's do another ranged attack to stun him. So I'm going to play all of these together. Sure, let's do... Yeah, let's do this. I'm going to do a range. I'm going to do +1, +2, +2. So it's going to be 5 attack plus a rage point. So remember, he's going to roll his die. 5 attack. -5. Oh, he blocks absolutely everything. All right, so this is going to go to my discard. And then I'm going to have these 2 cards left over. So at the end of my turn, I'm going to move here. I'm going to discard 1, but the other one's going to be completely useless, so might as well discard it as well. To remove this token, moves to this pedestal, can't fit, it's going to go away. Alright, so that's Atreus' turn. Like usual, let's flip a card over and see what happens. So this is going to be the infinity symbol. So what's going to happen? Looks like he's going to attack us from there. And from here, nothing's going to happen. Yep, nothing's going to happen. So only one attack. Alright, so let's see what's going to happen. It says after attacking, add a token. Okay, so this is the same thing as before. He's going to do a range attack. He has attack strength of 0 because we removed that token. After his attack, we'll add a token back. Cool. All right. And I already mentioned this before, but because it's a ranged attack, he's going to attack the farthest hero from this lane, which is going to be Atreus. All right, but again, it's an attack of 0, so we're good. All right, so that's his turn. So let's move over to Kratos. I mean Kratos. Kratos. I don't know why I'm saying Kratos. So let's do pretty much the same thing. I'm going to do a ranged attack of just 3. So that's going to give me a rage. Let's roll the die. So he has a built-in defense of 1 plus 5 again. Oh, he blocks everything. Goes to my discard. Oh, that's annoying. Now let's do an attack of... I gotta do a bigger attack. Ooh, okay. Let's do this. I'm gonna play this as an attack. It says play a single card and double its value. This is the special card we got last turn. So this is gonna be attack of 6. Alright. Plus a rage. So attack of 6 minus 0. He has a defense of 1 because of his pedestal, so that means he's going to take another 5 to the face. He's at 21, 9 health left. And then we're going to... Do I waste this, or do I keep it for defense? Or do I keep it to get rid of... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play this just to get the rage. That next turn I can definitely activate my ability. And then I'll keep this to get rid of the icon on his pedestal. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to play this by itself. It's an attack of 1. Doesn't matter. He's a built-in defense of 1 plus 1, 2. He's going to take no damage, but I gain a rage. Then I'm going to move. I'm going to go in front of my son. I'm going to discard a range card. I'll remove this token over to this side. Can't fit. Gets discarded. I'll carry this over to the next round. Or for defense if they attack us. So let's see what's going to happen. Looks like it's the chicken foot, or the green card that I like to call. So let's look at the display. Looks like that's going to be nothing. Where's the green icon? I guess it's on the other side of this. So actually, we're lucky. Nothing happens. Awesome. So that's phase 2. Phase 3, another card gets flipped over. And it looks like the X is going to happen. So X. He's going to flip over all his stuff. And he's going to attack us melee. Nobody's here, here, or here. So he's going to do nothing. Let's flip over everything here. So when revealed, he attacks immediately and adds a power to his thing. So remember, he attacks. It's melee anyway. There's nobody here, here, or here. And then he adds a token over here. All right, so we're getting pretty lucky. We're never really drawing bad things when we're in front of the monsters. Every time we're out of the way, they end up attacking us. So that's going to be it for the monsters. Let's go to phase 4 where we make our decks a little bit better. Looks like I got a couple of more drawing power cards. I'm getting really lucky. So let's just add these to our decks. I mean, I'm going to give this one to Kratos on top of his deck. I'll give this one... Well, actually, do we want the +2? +2 is pretty nice. But you know what? I like to cycle through my cards. It's always a good strategy. So I'm going to give that one to his son, Atreus. And this one's going to go below the deck. All right, that's the end of a round. Cards that we didn't play go to our discard. Pass the first player marker back over. And let's go again. So we're going to draw 7 cards. Guess what? We got to shuffle Kratos' deck. Only 2. I'm going to get ready and come back for phase 2. All right, here we go. So now I'm going to speed up a little bit. Just, you know how to play, I guess. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play this. Draw 2 cards. 1, 2. Next, we'll discard this card to get rid of the pedestal token. Moves over here. Doesn't fit. Gets discarded. We're going to move. Let's go right over here to attack the Grendel to the face. Let's definitely do our biggest attack. Oh man, my attacks suck. Okay, let's play these 2 cards Oh, I only have one black card. What are the chances? All right, so I'm going to play these two together. So I'm going to gain a rage. A rage, and this is going to double, so it's an attack of 4. My discard. He doesn't roll a die because he's got nothing on his pedestal, so 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I could have just taken out the 1, put a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's got 5 life left. Then I'm going to attack him again. I'm going to play. I'm going to activate my rage ability. All right, so let's move everything out of the way here. What was that? 5? So you just have to spend it all. So you go back to 0. And then this one says add +3 to your next attack and heal 3 damage. So I had 1 damage, so I'm going to heal that. I'm going to add +3 to my attack, so I'm definitely going to be doing a melee attack. So it's going to be 1 +3, 4, +1, 5. Actually, no, I'd rather play this card. So this one's +2, 3, +3, 6. 6 damage attack on the Grendal. He can't block, so he's going to take 6, and that means he's going to die. I do get the extra rage for that. And 6 damage, he's over 30, which means he's dead. Alright, you're going to notice over here that when he dies, you're going to flip over the bottom left card. Alright, where pretty much the pedestal exists. We're going to take this card, I'm going to flip it over. Alright, this is when we get these symbols, we're just going to add 1 power to the frost pedestal. Now you do have to put a death symbol on the monster because we did kill him, so he's not going to activate again if we get one of those symbols. So we don't have to bother flipping over cards or whatever. All right, so he's done here. Now Kratos is pretty much done. We're holding a couple of defense cards if we get attacked, and I have this attack, which this card, which I'm just going to discard because it's going to be completely useless. And we'll hold on to these. All right, so let's flip over the next card and see what happens. So it looks like it's the F symbol. So I need to add a token to the thing. I can't. It's full. Then any other Fs? No. 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 So nothing happens. Awesome. All right, let's move over to Atreus' turn. Look at his cards. Let's play our purple card. Draw 2 cards. 1. Oh, looks like I got this. And then I'm going to play this card to draw another card. So let me draw another 2 cards from my discard. I shuffled, ready to go. So another 1, 2. All right, so I think it goes without saying is he's pointless to attack unless we get rid of these pedestal tokens. So we're all the way over here. We're going to move. We're going to go over here. We're going to discard 3 cards. And we're just going to remove these tokens. So 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. We can't move it to the other pedestal, so they're gone. Oh, and I played this card already to draw that extra card. That's it. We just have a bunch of defense in case he attacks us. But that's going to be pretty much us for the turn. So we're done. So let's flip over a card and see what the monster does. So it looks like it's the chicken foot. That's going to be this one here to flip over the monster. And that's going to be it. Let's flip this over. He's back to his regular self. Right. All right, that was the end of phase 2. Phase 3, let's flip over an extra card. So it looks like it's the F. And the F flips him back over again. All right, back and forth, back and forth. Flip over this, flip it back. Okay, so when flipped, he attacks immediately, then adds a power. His strength is equal to 2, but he's attacking here, here, and here. There's nobody there, so he's not going to attack. And we're going to add a token over here. All right, there you go. The end of the phase. Let's discard our cards. We're going to look at these cards and divvy them up. So remember, instead of grabbing one of these, you can actually discard a card from your deck or your discard instead of grabbing one of these. And I think that's what we're going to do. Let's thin out our deck just a little bit. So let's throw all of these back under the deck. And let's go to Atreus's discard pile. And I think what we're going to do is we can get rid of either the +1 because it sucks, or just a basic range attack card. Kind of pointless. Get rid of that. Maybe we'll regret that in the future. And we'll pretty much do the same thing with Kratos. Let's just get rid of the basic +1 attack. Actually, is there a worse card? This one at least I can use for +1. I'm not going to get rid of this. This is one of the cards that I picked up. I mean, it's just get rid of his range cards. Yeah, I think he only has one in his deck. Do we want to be penciled in and not have any range? They're kind of our worst card. Yeah, let's get rid of this. Maybe I'll regret that decision later. All right, but that one's gone. All right, that's the end of the round. Let's pass the first player marker over. Let's go back to the top and just draw our 7 cards. All right, now we're just going to fly through the rest of the mission because it's pretty easy. First, let's play this card to let us draw 2. Shuffle our discard. Let's draw 2 random cards. We're going to play a random. Let's get rid of our basic attack here to get rid of this token. Then we're going to move here. And we're going to do a ranged attack to his face. Let's just do all of them together. Actually, no, I want to sort of get more rage. So let's go these 2 separately. So we're going to do 1 so we can stun him. We're going to do 1, 3, 5. So 5 plus a stun. He doesn't roll a die. He has no defense. So I'll take 5. So that's 1 attack. I'll get rage for that. Now his rage ability, when I activate it, I'll just do it now, is he deals 2 damage to whatever he wants on the board. I'll just give 2 damage back to him. He's going to go to my discard. And then we're going to do another range. We're going to do +1, +2. So it's going to be 3 in total. I'm going to get a rage. And let's do 3 damage. 1, 2. Actually, I'll remove the 2. And I'll just give him a 5. Alright, this is useless. Let's just discard it. And it's the end of his turn. Let's flip over a advanced card. It's going to be the X. What does the X do? Oh, looks like we're going to get attacked. Alright, so this one gets triggered. So this one, again, it's melee. So it attacks here, here, and here to the left. So it looks like Atreus is going to be attacked. And we have no defense cards whatsoever. So we're just going to eat 2 to our face. No choice. All right, but that's the end of his turn. Let's go over here. Look at our 7 cards. Looks like we're going to move. Let's go in front of our son to protect him. Oops. All right, and let's deal as much damage as we can. So let's use... I'm not going to be able to play this, that's for sure. It looks like I just have 2 at the action cards. So let's do an action of, let's say, 4, 5, 6. We're going to do an attack of 6 here. 1, 4, 5, 6, which gives me a rage. So he's going to take 6 to his face. And then we're going to do the other attack of range 1. So it's going to be range of 5. Again, I'm going to get another rage. And he's going to eat 5. And there you go. So I got 1 defense card. Let's see what's going to happen. He's attacking us now. It looks like it's the F symbol. Looking around, F symbol is add a token to the pedestal. All right, and this goes. So the enemy's going to go again. See what symbol we get? We get the F, which means add another symbol to this card. All right, so now it's phase 4. We're going to improve our deck just a little bit. So we get, my God, a ton of, you know what? Maybe I didn't shuffle this deck good enough. Let me just take 3 random cards. I know this is sort of illegal because we sort of saw the symbols of those cards, but let me show you different cards that you can get. Like this one is better attack card, better defense card. Oh, what's this purple card? This cancel all damage from one attack against you. Deal the attacker the amount of damage you would take. Oh my god, that's incredible. Let's give that to Kratos, put on top of his deck, and let's give our son a defense card because he doesn't have a lot of those. All right, so this is gonna go beneath the deck. Maybe I'll shuffle these cards a little better next time. All right, that's the end of the round. We're gonna discard our defense that we didn't use. We'll move this token over, and let's draw our 7 cards, and I'll be right back. All right, so Kratos is first. Let's do it. So it looks like I got 1 action card. So it looks like I'm gonna just pile up a bunch of different cards in 1 action, which kind of sucks because I wanted to, at the end of my turn, go here to remove these tokens so my son can attack him, but it doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to do much. So let me hold these cards back for defense, and let's do this. So I'm gonna play this as my action. So I'm gonna gain a rage. Yeah, 4. I'm gonna do an attack of 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. All right, but his built-in defense is 2, and he gets to roll the die 2 times. So let's do this. So 2 plus 1, 3, plus 1, 4, 10 minus 4, 6 damage. So I'll give him another 6. So now he's at 10, 20, 25, 27. He's only got 3 life left. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually stay here and not move. Oh, I forgot that he was stunned before. So he wouldn't have attacked this. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's just remove this because I totally forgot about this. This doesn't matter. So he's done. He's going to hold on to these 2 cards. We're going to go to our son's turn and see if we can kill him. So let me play this card to start so we can all draw an extra card. And Kratos is going to draw a card as well. Wow, a ton of blue cards. Let's put these to the side. I'm going to use this as the +2. So what we're going to do is, I got 1 attack card. We're going to gain a rage for that. So I'm going to play 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so we're doing an attack of 7 to the monster. So remember, he has 2 plus 2. That's 4. Come on, 0. Come on, 0. 5. He blocks everything. That sucks. All right. So he blocks everything. He's going to survive 1 more round. He's going to not move. Yeah, we'll stay here so we're protected. Actually, you know what? He's going to move here. Because he's going to go first next turn to remove these tokens. So that's fine. He's going to move there. And he has some defense cards to use if he gets attacked. So let's see what attack... Oh, sorry, I forgot to flip over a card when Kratos' turn ended. Whoops. So it looks like it's the infinity symbol, which means add another token there. Okay, so it's good that we didn't damage him anyway. Whoops, sorry, skipped a step. Now it's going to be Atreus' turn. Looks like it's the F symbol. Again, add another token, nothing happens. Now phase 3. Flip over another card. Looks like it's the Y, which means the effect of him flipping over happens. Right. That's the end of the round. We're going to thin out our deck, I believe for the last time, because the mission's going to end now. Let's go to our discard. Let's remove a +2. We got better cards. Then for Atreus, let's remove a crappy +1. That is horrible. Let's thin out our deck and make it a little better. All right, let's discard our other cards. Let's flip this over. Let's draw our 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We already know what we're going to do. Let's play this to draw 2 cards. We're going to discard both of these range cards, actually, and a melee card to get rid of these 3 tokens. Let's just finish off this mission. We're going to move over here. We're going to do an attack of a range of, what is this, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do a range of 6. He's going to take it to the face, and he's going to die. All right, so that's it. So again, you flip over the card. This one gets flipped over. Death symbol goes to this guy, and we did the mission. Now remember, the mission is defeat both Grendals, and they're dead. All right, so there you go. So that's the end of the second mission. Now, the game is supposed to be 3 missions. All right, so the first one is the first one. Then what you're supposed to do is, I mentioned it earlier in this video, this video, is in the pyramid scheme, the second mission that you pick, well, it's going to be 2 out of these that are remaining. So I'm just going to shuffle these quick, and we're going to pick 2 of them. All right, so there you go. There's the 2. And what you're going to do is you're going to pick one of the missions to do and get the negative effect of the other one. Right? But you can choose the combination that you want. So you can have either this hindrance is before the first round, each hero takes a damage, or you can do before the first round, each player removes 2 special cards from their deck. Wow, that is horrible. I'm definitely going to do it this way. So I'm going to set up for 6, and at the start of the first round, we're all going to take 1 damage. All right, so maybe I'll shoot this one, maybe I won't, who knows, but there you go. That's how you play God of War, the card game. Very simple game. Each mission takes like 30 minutes. So probably all 3 take you about an hour and a half to do, and that's it. So that's it. We'll see you in the next one. Later.